My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Jessie.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
Hey, it's time for bump. That's right, the Newsnas are back. We're back, Newsnas. Everyone's favorite, definitely not breaking news episode where we come by every couple of months and talk about some Asian entertainment
to our own taste and our own eyeballs catching things.
Yeah, it's things that we saw in the past couple months. We were like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
And then we remember to bookmark.
Yeah, and then we come back and scramble the day before and go, oh, right. What did we find interesting in the past couple months?
Oh, yeah. That thing.
So we're back with more news. You know, we always laugh about this. People do enjoy the newsness. They want to know. They want to know the hot goss in the Asian entertainment world.
So this does not mean that it is everything that has happened. We do not.
No. This is a small slice.
Purport that's what that is.
This is a teeny slice of things that have gone down.
That is not who we are as certified nurses. It's just not. No, we're just never going to be that.
This is this is like a sprinkling of things that caught our eye that we want to chat about. But you know, listen, if this is your first ever episode with the Noonas, welcome. Welcome to the Newsnas. Welcome. But if you've been here for a while, you know what's up with the Newsnas. Like, this has been an ongoing bit for a couple of years now. So, who wants to start us off with some stuff? Jessie, you want to start us off with something?
I can start us off with something that's currently happening right now. Ooh. That we literally just started to talk about before we started recording.
Yeah, I got it.
I want to know what this is about because I asked.
What? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, KBS has this show called Immortal Songs, and they decided that it would be really great to come to America and perform a concert.
And it would be theoretically, that is a fun thing to do.
Totally great. And so they were like, yes, we're going to do it. And they partnered with Studio Pav or Studio PV or however they say their name.
Their first mistake. Their first mistake right there.
The first mistake. Like, I heard the collective groan of a lot of people who have worked with Studio Pav. Anyways, they worked with them to get going on this concert. Which was going to be held at the MetLife Stadium in New York City. And it kind of looks like the stadium was a little too big for the ticket sales that they were going to get. And so then kind of last minute, Studio Pav was like, okay, we're going to change this up. We can't be at this stadium because we're not going to sell out. It's going to be terrible. Like, we're not going to sell out the stadium.
It's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah, it will be embarrassing for all of us. We just need to regroup, because that's what you do, I guess. And they were like, you know what? We'll go to Jersey to the Prudential Center because it's smaller and stuff. But in doing that, we're just going to cancel everybody's tickets that they've already purchased because already the pre-sale has happened, which include barricade and special send-off areas and stuff. Yeah. So there's special ticketed things. They canceled everybody, refunded them, and then as of this recording, this is Thursday on
the 12th.
Is it the 11th or the 12th? I can't remember.
12th. It's the 12th.
Tomorrow, the ticket sales go up again. So if you had been one of those people who had gotten a ticket and had gotten barricade tickets, you don't have that ticket anymore. You got I think they gave you early bird, but I think half the people haven't gotten their code yet because again, it's Studio Pav. And then you're gonna have to go fight Ticketmaster again for those prime spots. But also, they just announced this within this past week. So that means the refund for the tickets that you had literally probably hasn't hit anybody's bank yet.
Yeah, there's no way.
So you have to just have the ticket money for double until the refund comes in. And so now everybody's really understandably pissed that this is happening, especially because they decided to do this thing where they refunded everybody, and now everybody who got like really prime tickets are probably not going to be, because there's now a different set of people. And then also, like, you know, if you don't have the money right now to front that cost, if your bank hasn't like given you that refund, you're screwed. And there's also like different sections now too, technically, in the new configuration. And on top of that, New Jeans was one of the like acts, and they just canceled today. So they're down one of their major acts.
So it's really ATEEZ is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting in this one.
Yes. Also, this was like something I was like looking at the Twitter account today, and it's like, it's pretty hilarious and sad, and I feel for every single person who has tried to get tickets for this, and they're now like kind of scrambling because they also are like in a different spot too. Like, I mean, yes, it's still like within commute, but like it's still not, it's not the same place, right? But apparently Studio Pep also turned on the dynamic pricing for Ticketmaster as well, on top of it, just to add to everything. And so people are pissed off, and they're like, you turned on dynamic pricing, and they're like, but like, it's not our fault. It's not something we can do. And everybody's like, bullshit. We already like know that it's like exactly like your call. Like, you're the person who makes that call. Like, you're too late to like try to like pass this over on us.
Dynamic pricing is a crime. All right. It's a fucking crime is what it is.
So stupid. It makes my brain hurt. But this like show, although it was going to be like really great with the lineup, is an absolute mess right now, all because of one company who like routinely fucks up their concert lineup.
They're just bad at it.
Y'all knew this was gonna happen, but like,
well, as far as like,
not at this moment.
So Immortal Songs in particular, like, you'd have to do kind of heavy lifting on the marketing side to make a lot of, yes, K-pop fans will just go because whatever group they love is going to be at the thing. But if you actually want to get people just interested in the general Immortal Songs vibe of it or whatever, you need to do some work to educate a bit on what that even is.
Yeah.
To be helpful to selling tickets.
What a hot mess.
Oh, it's just here. I'll tell you some like fact or like info about it, just like so you can get a real sense of like what this like is expected at this thing. Already, when you look at the acts, you're like, yeah, it shouldn't have been at the MetLife Stadium. There was like no way it was going to be that popular. So it's scheduled for the 26th of this month. So this ticketing
like
thing is like
weeks,
right up
less
on
than
it.
2 weeks, okay.
Right?
Classic.
So the lineup was New Jeans, which is no longer a thing, ATEEZ, Psy, Kim Tae-woo, who is part of God, and then Lena Park, Patty Kim, and Young Tak, who are all like soloists who are gonna perform, and then also Janabi. And like these are great people, but they're also like not like, Janabi's like super popular, but not super popular in America. They're like,
for anyone listening to this, you should definitely check out Janabi, though. You should definitely check them
absolutely.
out.
They're great. So good.
But
and they have a ton of like, they're great. But like this lineup isn't like, it's good, but it's not like
stadium good.
What they expect of. Yeah, like so. Already,
the typical
like,
K-pop fan in America is not going to go, oh, I know all these people, because they're not going to.
No. Especially because, like, your typical K-pop fan that you're trying to get to buy these tickets are too young for those people, except for New Jeans and ATEEZ. But you're not going to get the amount, especially when already there's so many concerts going on right now. So, like, everybody has already used up their like school time, their like extra money, like all that to these other concerts that are going on. They don't have like enough money to go, you know, sit over at Immortal Songs for like the couple songs that New Jeans or ATEEZ are going to do and then peace out.
Yeah.
Like not enough for the ticket sales.
Right.
They should have
Much
just
less
made
if you
this,
turn on dynamic pricing.
They should have just
Yeah,
made this an online concert.
It was just like
this
cherry on top.
This is just.
It could have been a really cool online concert.
They would have been much
It could've
more
been
successful
really great.
as an online concert. Like, I would have bought tickets.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, absolutely.
like, fools, I tell you.
So bad.
Oh, Studio Pep. Like, there needs to be a new company that comes in. Like, these companies are terrible. Like, they're all.
They
really
never
are.
improve.
They
It's
never
all
get
bad.
better. They're always just the worst thing you've ever seen in your life.
And the Ticketmaster continues to Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, it's just an added level. It's a mess. And like, if you were part of the people who were going to go see the concert and now are like screwed, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I really am, because this is just like messy all around. But like, it's just
It be what it be.
yeah. Ticketing is going to be hell tomorrow for the people, and I know that like most of the people who got lucky the first go around aren't going to get lucky the next go around, and it's probably going to now be like bought up by like a bunch of resellers too, and just it's just a mess, a complete mess.
Nonsense. Want to hear some more nonsense?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So we know Lisa of Blackpink. She's Thai.
Yep.
She's lovely. She's sexy. She does sexy dances and her own stuff. She decided, hey, you know what? Actually, be like, I really love sexy dancing. So you know, it'd be like a really fun thing for me to do. I'm gonna go perform with this nude cabaret called Crazy Horse Paris and have a really fun time. And everyone involved thought it was great. And it was really fun. She wasn't nude, but like she was dancing with the nude dancers. She was just like a featured dancer, whatever. It was fine. When I tell you people have lost their damn minds over her doing some dancing with some nude ladies, people need to get it together. Okay?
Yeah.
They've harassed Lisa's mother so much that Lisa's mother has quit social media for being like, I don't really have a problem with my adult daughter dancing with some naked women at a private club.
Lisa, a Blackpink, March 27th, 1997, making her 26.
Yeah.
26.
Yep.
That's an adult.
Listen, if a 26-year-old wants to go dance with some topless dancers, she's allowed to dance with some topless dancers. All right? We don't have to play these games anymore. Like, it's this sort of like pearl-clutching pruditry is really getting to me lately, because I'm just like, all right, I hate to tell people this, and I know that our average listener is not going to be offended by what I'm about to say, but idols are not supposed to be moral guides. They're performers. They can do sexy stuff if they want to do sexy stuff, and if they're legally of age to do so. Like,
I guarantee the dances that she was doing are the dances she does outside of that club as well.
She was just wearing
so it's only bad when she's like in a different location.
Yeah.
But if she was just like on a random stage, it'd just be fine for her.
Yeah. Like, if she wants to put on lingerie and a neon wig and dance around a pole, more power to her.
She should be allowed to.
She's legally allowed to do so.
She should also be able to do that without fearing for her family being harassed. Or
absolutely.
Being harassed too much.
That's like another level of crazy.
And she should also be able to do so without like suddenly being shamed for being some sort of moral failure, because there's absolutely no actual morality associated with dancing naked. There's none. That's not a moral choice that someone's making, unless, you know, you're being forced into it against your will. If you want to go dance with some topless ladies who are all they're consenting and getting paid for their time, that's a perfectly valid moral choice someone is making. And we don't have to pretend otherwise. And we don't have to put up with some little scolds on the internet telling us that that's wrong. It's not. Like, I'm telling you, the pruditry is getting a bit much these days. in the old.
It really is.
Like,
And the harassment is horrific. Like, that's unacceptable.
and it's like, if you don't like nude dancing, I've got like a really good suggestion. Don't go to Crazy Horse Paris and watch their nude dancing show. Easy.
It's really easy.
Like it's really it's not that hard to avoid topless women. It's really not that difficult to like not see a titty. Really you know? Like it's really easy to avoid nipples. Like I don't know, like
despite what you might believe.
Despite what, you know, your right-wing pastor might be telling you, they're not everywhere. We're not, you know, shoving nips in your face left, right, and center. It's easy to avoid them.
Trust me, I would know.
Like, listen, you have to go look for titties. All right, like you're not just gonna be given titties if you're not already in a place where titties are. You know, like
this is definitely gonna get adult rated.
Demonetized. No, see, it won't. And you know why? Because we're not actually showing a titty. We're just talking about titties. So even if you
also aren't monetized.
Yeah, exactly. And we are
brought to you by our lovely found family on Patreon.
Listen, the patrons, they support our right to talk about titties on this podcast. They're pro talking about.
I love how that's
here for.
Coming in hot with the second headline being about titties.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen.
Yeah.
Because I think it's everyone's right to dance at a nude cabaret if they want to dance at a nude cabaret. All right.
I feel like there's going to be a shirt design that you make.
Oh,
there's going to be.
Fight for your right to dance at a nude cabaret. You gotta but for reals, like, if someone does something that, like, you personally wouldn't do, that doesn't make them a bad person. Like, so we gotta...
It just makes them doing something
It makes them doing
different
something
than
that you
Like,
wouldn't do.
it.
We just gotta, like, I know the average person listening to the Noonas, who's been around for a while, is not going to be like, oh, they support sex workers? Because, like, yeah, of course we do. Like, are you new here?
If you are new here, welcome.
Yeah, we support sex workers.
We didn't know.
We are sex worker positive. We're queer positive. We're trans friendly. We're all the things. And we're openly hostile to people who are not. So, like, just keep that in mind if you're new to the vibe. But stop harassing people's moms because they do a little risque dance. All right?
And also don't harass the person.
Just stop harassing people in general, you know, like
seriously.
We do know that people who listen to us are probably not the type to go harass people online, because that seems like
you better not be.
And if you are, stop listening to us. Get help.
Yeah.
Get help. Sky, is there anything interesting?
I don't know how to follow up these two things. Like,
you take us to a new vibe. Take us to a new vibe.
So much of the rest of the news is so innocuous. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, we just came in swinging.
We came in so hot with this news.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, speaking of new jeans, there we go. They're going to be singing the anthem at the upcoming 2023 League of Legends World Championship in Korea.
Ooh,
that's cool.
Fun.
That's fun.
The song actually has already been released October 4th, called Gods. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal to get to do League of Legends stuff. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. People like the League of Legends
super popular.
Stuff.
And so to confirm that New Jeans is still doing things, they're just not doing that Immortal Songs Studio Pav concert.
You know what? Hit us with something else. Sky.
Okay. I mean, this is kind of a downer, but I'm going to just go ahead and rip off the Band-Aid. So Pentagon, I'm going to talk about them because they are one of my main favorite groups. They're still, as far as the members say, they have not disbanded. So I'm going to preface, don't get scared by me bringing up their name, but so they came up on their 7-year anniversary. So it was contract time. And so as their contract expired, some of the members left Cube Entertainment. Yawan, Yanan, Yuto, Kino, and Wusuk. So 5 whole members. But as far as the members themselves on Instagram and stuff, they've done Instagram lives on their Instagram posts.
And they were super active after the news.
They were having like a little party live. I saw.
They were having like an anniversary party. They were. Poor Hui couldn't figure out how to participate in the group Insta Live because that's what happens when you're a little bit older. You can't figure stuff out. But as far as they're all very unserious, so they're having a good time. They joke about disbandment. Is that something you eat? Like they. According to them, that's like never on the table. What we know here on the podcast, Cube Entertainment sucks. We have talked about this before. So like, it is good for them for leaving Cube. I hope that there's a path for the others as well at some point to their benefit. I really do think that hopefully, like, we'll see what happens as far as a group, if they get to perform much in the future, or if it has to be kind of later on, or you kind of start wondering about trademarks and names and things like that. I'm not going to sit here and worry about it. They all seem, even if they're putting up a front, they seem happy. They seem chill about it. So hopefully they're doing well.
So we should all be chill as well.
Right. Like everyone, the fans are, of course, kind of concerned, but the fans have also all known Cube Entertainment is sucky, so this isn't a shocker.
Can I just ask the fans, how long has it been since a comeback?
It has. It's been the record. It's been the longest.
Maybe this might be the better option.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have a Japanese comeback, but as far as the Korean comeback, it has been a year and a half. So
that's a long time, especially for a group that's like fairly good views, at least in the first couple of days of it being released.
Yeah.
They're not a new good group, so
that's that. The only one I'm going to tack onto that is Ruin left SF9 to focus on acting.
No. You know what? Good for him. Doing what he wants to do.
And as far as what I've heard, it seems like it was a long time coming with that. So
I know
think
that he has
people really weren't that surprised.
He had like a severe back injury, so he has trouble like doing dance moves and stuff. So it does that's why he hasn't been promoting as heavily with SF9 for years now. So I don't think this was.
And people like have different paths in life, and sometimes the path that you start off with is not the one that you end up with, and then this is kind of just what happened with him. Like he started one path and then got into acting and
realized that's what he
has been doing well and being like he's
successful
on demand and successful, and he seems to really enjoy it, so might as well like be able to do what you want. And also this gives the other members a little bit more freedom because of schedules and stuff. Like you're not sitting there like constantly being like, oh, but we have to like figure out if we could like fit Rowan in this, and then even if it's like delayed even like a week or something of doing stuff, that's still a burden in the like not negative term, but like it still like affects everyone. So I feel like this is like the like right choice for everyone. I know it sucks if you're like really like big into fan, his music and you don't you're not necessarily like a drama person, and that I do like feel for you if you are kind of mourning that, but I just feel like it's just like the best for everyone, and like SF9 is still gonna go and do stuff, and there's plenty of people in the group too, so it's not like you're losing someone where like it will like make the dynamic weird in the group because it's a small group or something like that. It's not gonna affect them in that like they will not be able to succeed, just as like he is going to be able to succeed. It's just
and career paths sometimes change. As far as if you get injured, you might have to scramble to do something, put more emphasis on a different aspect of your career and find success.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you have to do so. Like also, you can't look at such and such person in this group does that, such and such person. Everyone's different. With what they want to do and how their company is going to let them do it or not. Like it's all different. So
You know,
yeah.
I'm really left to wonder how many times this has to happen before companies stop putting out numbered named groups. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well,
they won't stop.
You think they would have figured it out by now?
But they haven't.
But here
they
we be.
haven't. I mean, like, you
it
also
shows hope,
like,
though, doesn't it? Like, it shows some real hope in like the yeah.
I mean, is it because the number is typically in English that it maybe doesn't feel as much of a hit?
I don't like. I really want to know what the reasoning is, because it doesn't actually help in SEO as well. So like, it doesn't make sense.
None of it makes sense. None of it does.
It doesn't. And I always think, well, maybe it's like a playoff of something, like, so like in Korean, it's never that. So
it's never that.
Like unless the number has nothing to do with the stop naming groups after how many members are in the group. Don't do it.
Yeah,
you
just
can put
like
a number
make it.
in it.
I
You
mean,
can put any NCT 127. There's not 120. Well, maybe one day, but not right now.
I mean, 4 Minute didn't have 4 members, and that didn't work out really well.
Yeah.
So
but like, it becomes more obvious when it's named after how.
Yeah,
many
when
members.
you have like the.
I will say,
number.
If a number is involved in the name, but even like 17. Everyone always wonders why there aren't 17 members in 17.
Because there's 13 members, 3 subunits, and 1 fandom. 17. It's a mathematical equation, guys.
Yeah.
So easy. Sky, I explained this in our 17 episode that you should go check out from last summer, I do believe. But God, Sky, do you not even remember the equation?
I remember. I'm just saying, people that aren't in the fandom aren't aware of that.
Whatever.
Some of us can't do 17 math.
I mean,
some of us don't know math.
I guess I could look at them and be like, oh my god, are they 17? Like, the age?
Maybe.
K-pop math is having to figure out the name.
Yeah. K-pop math. Classic.
Oh my god.
Jessie, what you got for us?
Let's talk about, because they are currently singing in my ear, Stray Kids and VMAs. Because the VMAs just happened, and Stray Kids won. It was a really big event for them. So, Stray Kids won for S-Class, so they won Best K-pop with the song S-Class, and they also performed, and it was a
great
really
performance.
Great performance.
I think they blew some people away who were unfamiliar with the K-pop performance style.
The audience was very receptive. aka Taylor Swift was very
Taylor Swift was she was grooving
into it.
Yeah.
But they did a really cool remix of it too. So it's a little bit different, and they did a bunch of different things, and I think that they just did really well with it. But they weren't the only K-pop represented during the entire award ceremony. Jungkook won for Best Song of the Summer with 7. Blackpink won for Group of the Year and Best Choreo for Pink Venom. TXT won for Push Performance of the Year, which I don't know what that actually means, but
good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. It's for Sugar Rush Ride.
Great.
And then TXT also performed and was there. So Stray Kids were present at the awards, and so was TXT. And so that was really cool seeing both of those groups there. Especially that kind of stage. It's a very huge honor to even be kind of represented, even if you don't think that you're going to be presented with any awards. Just being able to be nominated in there. And I think it's really great for both of those, well, all of the groups, but especially the groups that were there, to be there and present, and people seeing them. And they're already gaining great numbers and great collaborations. I literally, while we were hearing, you probably even heard it, the buzz of my phone, Little Dirk is doing a remix with Stray Kids. And it, things like that happen because they're able to be in a space where they can make those connections. It's one thing for musicians from a different country to see these K-pop groups like in passing, it's another thing to be able to actually talk to them.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people forget about the fact that music and just like creative and the arts in general, a lot of it is not just because of talents.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you actually
Connect with people,
vibe with and connect with the person. And so if like you find a connection with someone, you are more likely to figure out ways to collab with them.
Yeah.
Like that like surpasses even just you liking their music. Liking their music is a feasible way for people to like start to collab, but like a lot of collabs happen through networking and through actually being one-on-one with a person, because music is like so personal for so many people that they want to be able to share stuff with other people that they like believe in or feel like they can be secure around in that respect. And I think a lot of people forget that like aspect of like creating art and music. And so these like types of things are really great. And Stray Kids did really great on that performance. And it is online.
It was a
great so you can like check that out.
So I know that normally on here we're big ACAB people. Shocking from what you've heard previously. But every once in a while
you wouldn't have guessed.
You wouldn't have guessed by listening to us just normally. But there is such a thing as just wasting investigators' time. And when I tell you the people, the netizens of Korea have been busy wasting investigators' time with absolute nonsense to go nowhere. I've got a couple stories here that I think, if no one minds, I will combine into the umbrella of
our ACAB corner
of wasting people's time. I'm not even mad at the cops on this one, but it's
for once.
For once, I'm just like for once, like, but really, like the cops should have just
it is the shaming netizens corner for sure.
This is the shaming netizens. Let's start with the biggest one, the longest running bit. We have our, mommy Hwasa, sexiest woman apparently, too sexy for Korea. So like a year and a half ago, she performed. This is such a long running nonsense. Okay, like a year and a half ago, she performed at a college festival, so only adults were present. She was fully clothed. Scantily, but that's Hwasa. Like, listen, if I look like Hwasa, I would dress like Hwasa if I looked like Hwasa, okay?
Absolutely. Come on.
And she made, she performed some sexy dance moves, okay? Apparently, they called themselves like
the mommies of these adults.
A concerned parents group, but then the longer you look into it, the more you realize, oh, this is just a weird fucking church group. Who makes a point of doing this shit. Tried to get her arrested for like indecent sexual impropriety under a Korean wartime like military rule. In addition, they then pulled out an old clip from Knowing Brothers saying that she was sexualizing school uniforms. Like that's never been a problem in like the Asian adult entertainment industry. What she was actually doing was dressing as Britney Spears in the "Oops, I Did It Again" music video. So the police actually had to investigate Hwasa to determine
for like a year and a half.
For a year and a half, they had to investigate to see whether she was, I don't know, like bringing the youth into degeneracy.
I mean, I guess like cool for the person. Like,
I was about to say, lucky cops.
Yeah, like easiest job. Like, all right, you get the Hwasa. I have to go watch Hwasa concerts. Oh no, I have to go interview Hwasa. What will I do?
Oh no.
Anyway, she's been fully cleared of charges because the charges were stupid. And everyone except for this right-wing church group knew they were stupid because we have video of male group boy group members doing way more sexual stuff than Hwasa was.
What they're also doing? like sexually assaulting people,
Yeah,
and they're
but
not
listen,
getting this like treatment.
That's not here nor there. Well, actually, that is here nor there, because we come into the next. I got 2 more related stories of nonsense. All right, one of them about my boy Kyungsoo Dio from EXO, and I just want to point out the timing of these 2 stories that are definitely related and how stupid they are, because the timing is what's always so fun about these stories. So literally
fun in
air quotes. Fun. So if anyone isn't aware, Dio from EXO just put out like a solo album, and literally like the week he's like, there's been complaints that he was smoking, like he was vaping indoors, and police had to investigate his indoor vaping, and then he like had to pay like a $50 fine for vaping indoors, and people were acting like he fucking murdered someone. Because listen, I'm not like pro vape, but let's all calm down.
But he has the right to vape.
He can vape. Like, yeah, maybe don't vape. Yeah. Maybe don't vape indoors. But he apologized and paid the fine. He's like, I'm never gonna vape indoors again. Fine, whatever. Like, he didn't murder someone. But this next one,
they're a lot worse. He could have done a lot worse.
This next one,
worse.
This next one is even stupider. All right, you're thinking, how can it get even stupider than them getting mad at a guy vaping? Stay with me. There's a new show that just came out called Twinkling Watermelon. It's on Viki. I hear it's good. I haven't started it because I'm going to start it once it's done. And it stars a guy named Choi Hyun-wook. He also was in Weak Hero Class 1. Great show, too. Also on Viki and also on iQIYI and everywhere. That show's everywhere. It's one of those ones that got sold to every single streaming service. But anyway, the show, the ratings are soaring. And suddenly, this damning article about Choi Hyun-wook comes out. Want to know what horrible crime Choi Hyun-wook did?
Was he holding somebody's hand?
He may have been holding a woman's hand outside of a club while smoking a cigarette.
What?
While smoking a cigarette, okay? He's in his 20s.
He was multitasking two bad things.
He was clearly, he was risen up a lady and smoking a cigarette. And then I don't know, no, it gets worse. He then dropped the cigarette on the ground and stamped it out with his foot in a non-designated smoking area. God.
Canceled.
Gulag. Send him to the electric chair. And you think, okay, this is clearly not anything that police would investigate because it's stupid. No, it is, apparently. So he had to pay a $38 fine, which I think tells you the gravity of the crime he committed.
Not even quite $40.
It was not even $40. It was a $38 fine for littering, okay, because of the cigarette butt. And then he had to write, this is where I really lose my mind, okay? He then had to write a handwritten apology that he will not smoke in non-designated smoking areas anymore. And that should have been it, right? We should have just all moved on. But no, because netizens were not done criticizing him. Because one, they felt like his apology was insincere. And I hate to tell you, it was. Because
it probably was.
I also would not have a sincere apology if I was in his situation. I'd be like, "This is fucking stupid." Like
with something that I was fined $40 for, and then got like a note. Like, I'm sorry, I did this.
It's like not even a slap on the wrist. Like $40.
Come on.
And then they started making fun of his handwriting, saying his handwriting was childish. And I don't know why that really stuck with me. Maybe as someone who also has shitty handwriting, I'm like, that's personal. This is too far.
Are so exhausting. They're just so exhausting. Like your brain just melts thinking about like these as real human beings like out there in the world doing this. It's just like, oh my god.
Criticize him for putting the cigarette on the ground where he's not supposed to. Whatever, okay?
Yeah.
Don't make fun of the dude's handwriting. Like, what are...
Also, you also just say that in passing. You're just like, oh, that sucked. Maybe you shouldn't have done that because we have these like rules so we can like keep this area beautiful or something. Sure. Like, and then be done with it. That's it. That's all we have to do. And we move on.
think it's funny how in the story, it has to be like, and he was holding a woman's hand.
Like, a man in his 20s trying to hit on a woman at a nightclub?
At a nightclub?
Like, I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like,
about Korea's dying population and how
listen,
nobody
I thought that you wanted
people to hold hands. You wanted people to hold hands, okay?
That was the government
Maybe
position.
we should rethink things. Like, if you really want people to like start having babies, you need to like
let
not give in to the netizens.
Riz each other up.
Yeah.
You need to let them riz each other up, right?
Let the actors and the idols start having babies.
But, like, I'm just like sitting here imagining, like, imagine if you, like, listen, and I'm not sitting here saying smoking's great. Like, I think smoking's gross. In fact, little personal story, I was once walking down the street in Montreal, and in Montreal and Quebec, lots of people smoke. French people, they puffing up a storm. And this is how much I dislike smoking in public because of this story. I was just walking down the street, mind my own business, and a guy flicked his cigarette, and instead of flicking it down at the ground, he flicked it behind him into my mouth. So I'm not saying, which was the most horrible thing that's ever happened to me in public. Let me tell you, that was horrific. So I'm not saying I'm pro-smoking. What I am saying is, I don't really think we need to get the police involved in a, like, did he smoke in the right place investigation. Like, this seems like a waste of everyone's time.
It's especially because he's already fined. So he's fined the $40. So it's like actually like
we're done.
Negative val. Like the person that would have had to like be like paid to clean that area was it negates it.
Like it costs more to investigate him doing it than he paid for having done it. Like, it's just so stupid.
It feels like a weird little sub arc within a weird little K-drama, and you're like, that wouldn't really here we are.
And yet it was. It's like this, and the fact that this story just, I swear for the last 2 weeks, I have seen like every hour a new article about this guy smoking and holding a girl's hand. Like, I would literally, like, so I have this thing that I do. What is going on? I have this thing that I do with my husband, who's not into Asian entertainment at all. Like, he knows who G-Dragon is. Like, you know, like, it's that sort of thing. But, like, and I'd be like, every week I do, hey, do you want to hear the stupid, like, Korean entertainment scandal of the week? And every week he's like, it can't be as stupid as last week, but every week we out-stupid how stupid the scandals get, because these are not what would be considered scandals anywhere else in the world. Like, this is not a scandal.
And for the majority of Koreans, this is also not a scandal. Yeah. That's also what's really stupid about this. This is like, such a small minority.
Sane people don't care.
To the point where, like, it's actually ridiculous. Like, cops aren't just, like, laughing in their faces and, like, walking away.
It's like, there's real crimes happening. All right, like, there's real people doing bad things. A guy smoking and rizzing up a lady doesn't even compute. Doesn't, like, if the lady didn't want to be rizzed and he kept doing it, that's one thing. But that wasn't the story here. That wasn't the story. He just flicked a cigarette in a place he shouldn't have flicked a cigarette. And I have had to hear about it every day for 2 weeks. Enough. Enough. Like, let this man live his life. Like, what are we doing here? And like,
it's like the cigarette butt that just created 1,000 news articles.
And it's like, and they're all stupid. And it's like, they'll be like, breaking follow-up on this netizen response. I'm like, I don't give a shit about what netizens respond to this non-issue. But every single non-issue, we have to listen to what the dumbest people you've ever met think about it, translated into multiple languages. And you're just like, y'all need lives. And I'm not saying, and like, listen, I know that some people could twist my words and be like, oh, you're disrespecting Korean culture. No, I'm not. This isn't Korean culture, okay? Like, this is just insane people caring about nonsense that nobody else cares about. Ugh. Tired. Ugh.
You guys keep making it really hard for me to follow up with things. So, what I'm going to talk about is a new variety show.
Speaking of D.O., hot off of his vaping scandal.
Hot off his vaping scandal. So there's a new variety show, and I'm wondering if what the name's actually like going to be when it really hits. But they're saying it's you reap what you sow.
Great name, by the way.
Like in English.
Okay.
I'm sure,
Okay.
like, it's not a literal translation. It's an idiom translation. So, like, I'm sure they have a different saying in Korea for that.
Yeah.
But, the folks that are in it are Kim Woo-bin, EXO's Dio, Lee Kwang-soo, and Kim Ki-bang.
Like, really
So, like,
banger cast for this.
Yeah.
So you get these 4 guys, and you put them in farmer's hats and ajima pants
Perfection.
and vests.
Say less.
Oh my god.
And none of them know jack squat about farming. And you make them farm. And
That's
you make
perfect.
a variety show out of it.
A+.
You know, like these past couple weeks I've been just really yearning for like the really good years of like second gen variety shows.
Yeah.
Like that era of variety shows were just so good, and this sounds like that.
You know, I'm like
this sounds like something that could have been
I'm like
10
really
years
excited for the reunion of Kim Woo-bin and Lee Kwang-soo, because there's one episode where they were paired up on Running Man, and it is my favorite episode of Running Man. It's like the two of them betraying each other constantly was just chef's kiss. So I'm like really excited for this.
So do you think they're gonna sabotage each other's like farming stuff?
I don't know, but they're such a comedic pairing. And then you've got like
or
Dio.
they're gonna just be like adorable and helping each other farm.
And then you've got Dio, where there's layers to why Dio would be on the show, because he's understatedly funny. Because like Dio's humor, it isn't like Lee Kwang-soo's.
It isn't overt
like
at all.
Very dry humor. It's like it just suddenly realize something he said was
starts
funny.
creeping in, and you're like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious!"
But like the layer
and I don't
to
even think half the time he thinks
he
it's
doesn't
hilarious.
mean to
He's
be.
just like, it just came out of his mouth, and you're like, "That was hilarious," and he's like, "Oh, I did that."
And like the layer to him being on a farming show is that when they first debuted, they were asked like, "What would you want to do if you weren't an idol?" And he said, "I'd want to be a farmer." So, like, this is, like, the levels going into this are fantastic.
And so the tagline on this show, a comic documentary of real besties vacation, which is farming vacation.
That's so
So
funny.
is this basically, it's basically, like, Modern Farmer, the variety show, which...
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
For anyone who hasn't seen Modern Farmer, you can watch it on Cocoa. Not sponsored. Hashtag.
It also sounds chill. Like they're not they're not making it sound like they're not making it sound like it's exciting. They're really making it sound like they know nothing and they're gonna have to farm some land. Like that's all.
I would love it to be kind of like a 3 meals a day type situation.
Yeah.
Or like maybe with like just a little bit more comedy than 3 meals a day had,
maybe the comedy is that like they can't do stuff, so it's like them like trying to like pull out a vegetable and falling over.
Yeah, because like
just like not being able to cut things correctly. Or,
because like on three meals a day, like the one guy is so good at everything, right? Like he's like, yeah, I can build an oven to make my own homemade pizza from scratch, and you're like, why do you know this? But like, I don't think you people know anything, which is just chef's kiss. It's like, because like even like on Coffee Friends, like the one guy knew how to bake bread.
Yeah, like they actually
one guy was
seemed to know what they were doing.
Like in this one, I want them to know nothing. It's like, maybe. Oh, and I want them to like make friends with like the old people in the town who help them out.
Yes. That would be so cute.
Oh.
And then the little Ajima's like oohing and eyeing over Kim Woo-bin. Yes. Like this is necessary.
Yeah.
Like complimenting,
like teaching him
his,
kimchi.
Yeah, complimenting the eyebrows. I want it all, baby.
Yeah.
I want it
and
all.
they just like make him sit down and then give him just like more bonchons. Like just like feed all of them. That sounds great to me.
Like it sounds like a very enjoyable struggle bus. Like that's really what it sounds like.
It sounds like something I am very excited to watch. I would like to see it with my eyeballs, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Top, T.O.P., former Big Bang member, our favorite. It's like pretty much our entire favorite.
He's
yeah,
all of
right?
Yeah, he's our favorite. No,
yeah.
well, okay, I
like he wasn't. Yeah,
but yes, yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P.
But yeah. Top is one of my favorite rappers. Yes,
we all like him. He's
we
great.
all like Top.
Yes, yes,
I will say that his one flaw is who he's deciding to partner up with, because Top has a lot of money and has decided that he wants to go to the moon. So there is a musky person who is offering up
Stella that we do not
some
like.
rides. Yeah, and Top was selected as one of the members who will be joining Elon Musk's Dear Moon project that was scheduled to happen fairly soon, I guess. But surprise, surprise, it's been pushed back.
It's almost like he's hemorrhaging money and maybe doesn't have the money
almost
for this
like
project anymore.
He shouldn't be controlling a mission to the moon that could kill everybody on board. But
really bad financial and technological decisions at every stretch. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. But you know what? It's good for us because maybe Top will back out of it. We could hope. We could dream. It probably isn't going to happen because Top is weird enough that this is a project you would be like, yeah, he would totally do it.
Yeah, and also Top is the sort who would be like, well, that's how I go. That's how I go, baby.
Yeah, he's not.
Then you remember.
He's no longer part of YG, and I guess technically Big Bang. So we could potentially get new music because of this, because he'll have some more time. So maybe he'll think, you know what? Before I leave, I'll just put out some new music, because Top is great in Big Bang, but if you have not heard his solo stuff,
so good.
I just need it again. I just need that in our lives. So I hope that maybe giving it a couple more years, he'll be like, yeah, I gotta use this time not just looking at chairs and going to museums,
drinking some fine wines. Some fine wines.
Maybe I should record some things because I have time and I have the money to record it. I don't have to have a label to back me up, and I'm Top. Everybody will listen to it. So Top, I know that you're listening to us.
Yeah,
I know that you know English enough. You're totally cool.
Definitely,
you understand us.
You're definitely a big fan of the Noonas for sure.
Yeah,
I love how we say everyone. Right? I love how we say everyone is a fan of the Noonas. We're manifesting. Yeah, you love the Noonas.
Yes.
Here, listen, you come talk to us about projects. Tom.
Yeah, maybe
you've been waiting for that opportunity.
I would also really like possibly one of your songs to feature CL on it.
Yeah,
it's I'm just throwing out some things, just some some suggestions as to what you could do with that time. I will say, as your bestie, I really think you should reconsider this, and it will keep on being pushed back. So let's just be real and honest. He doesn't have the money he has at the very beginning of this project, and he's not gaining that back. And I know, bestie, it's hard to hear, but we have to tell you this.
We need because we care. It's because we care.
Yeah, it's because we care.
Yeah.
Yes. So can you just maybe reconsider?
Rethink. Yeah.
Yeah, use your money elsewhere, please, and thank you, and not blow up on a spaceship. Yeah,
please.
Don't blow up on a spaceship.
Please. I've got a little selection of Thai entertainment news. If people are interested in Natalia's
let's get out of this country.
Thai BL news. I've only got 4 interesting points. I'll just do them all as one if no one cares.
Sure.
All right. I'll start with Thai actor Nunu Chatapon, who starred in a show that I've seen once or twice, Cutie Pie series. Just graduated from college with a degree in Chinese linguistics. So congratulations. Literally yesterday. So congrats. So congratulations on your degree. Mame, okay.
We know you're listening.
Yeah, we know you're listening. You're a big fan of the Noonas.
Our listeners are just our besties.
Listen, Xenu, like those two, the love couple of the century, they are definitely fans of, and definitely speak English. So Mame, she's brought us some good, some bad. She brought us Love in the Air. Great. She brought us Don't Say No. Incredible. She also brought us Stern Type. Questionable. But she's back. She's back again. And you know what? I gotta give this woman credit because she did start her own production company to make her own shows, which is impressive from being a fan fiction author on the internet. Like that is impressive.
Yeah.
And she has been taking feedback about problematic elements of her work that no longer feature heavily in her work. So I gotta give her some props on not having rapey stuff anymore. Like, I gotta give the props where the props are due, right? Anyway, she's got 2 new projects for the fellas from Love in the Air. They're coming back as new characters. It's a new universe. So one's called The Boy Next World, which is for Boss and Null, and the other one's called Love Sea for Fort Pete. And I'm sure engineers will be involved in some manner, because
aliens?
They always are. No, it's
Boy Next World.
No, I think it's because it's like I feel from what I've seen, it's like the Boy Next Door thing, but one of the boys from is sort of from the wrong side of the tracks type. So from a different world than the other guy. And then
fine, I just want aliens.
Yeah, I know. Well, don't worry, because Jeff Satter and Barcode from Ken Porsche have a new show that's currently being
Alien
filmed.
show?
Yes, called Wushu Bakery, where Jeff Satter plays an alien who crashes an Earth and has to work at Barcode's Bakery.
Which is all I want in the world.
Yeah. So
that literally.
See, listen. Jessie was checking out, but she's checking right back in.
I was slowly falling back down. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Because listen, if we're thinking who would be the best person to play an alien in a gay tie show, Jeff Satter is really an incredible choice.
Absolutely. Is he going to be a singing gay alien
if
too?
We're lucky. Also, he just put out. Jeff Satter also put out a new solo just today. So,
yeah, he did.
Today recording, not today episode come out. You should check that out. So in a little fun Thai Japanese crossover event, Thai actor Mark Sawat, who played the worst character on Love by Chance, the original Love by Chance, which was also a MAME situation. He played a real piece of shit in that show. But he's a good dude. He's just a good dude. He's reportedly starring in a Japanese BL movie with Umeru Sota, Dear Katakayushu. So that'll be interesting. I love these cross-promotional situations happening. And finally, of course, you're thinking to yourself, Natalia, do you have some dumb netizen news from Thailand? Are netizens in Thailand as ridiculous as they are in Korea? Yes, they are, friends. Don't worry. So there's a Thai actor, Tae Tawan. He works for GMMTV. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's actually starring in the Thai remake of Cherry Magic that's being filmed right now. And he has a colleague, a fellow actress named Bayfern. And Bayfern is very famously in a very public relationship with a man named Nine, and very well-known loving couple situation. Okay, so for work, Tay and Bayfern were at the Milan Fashion Week. All right, for the week, and they know each other. They're from the same company, so they're posing together and going to events together and getting photographed and putting their pictures on each other's Instagrams, because
as coworkers and
friends do when you're at these events. So why is it that netizens were like, Tay, you need to think about what you're doing, home wrecking this couple, and Tay had to come out and be like, first off, I ain't home wrecking shit. we're on a work trip. We're friends. I know her partner. And also, y'all need to fucking touch grass and, like, make a friend and know what friendship is like. And maybe not just make up shit that could ruin people's relationships for no fucking reason. So I actually am really proud of him for just being like, hey, shut the fuck up, netizens. You don't know shit. Like, I'm just out here.
How it should be.
Working.
It is how it should be.
Yeah. And so basically he was, you know, like, he's like, if you continue with this shit, I have a lawyer on speed dial. I am litigious and not afraid to hit y'all with the cease and desists, okay? So, yeah, so they're just as ridiculous everywhere, and it would be nice if netizens could, you know, worry about their own lives. Just a little. Just maybe touch some grass, talk to the people, you know?
Refocus all of that negative energy towards people that deserve it.
Instead of just some coworkers at a fashion show, you know? Like, yay. But anyway, that's, listen, I know that there's, like, tons of more Thai news, but those are just the ones I have selected, because they're the ones that are personally interesting to me, so that's what you get.
That's what you get. So I'm hopping back over to Korea, because that's where I'm going.
That's fine.
I'm going to talk about a young actor fella named Lee Jung-ha, who is freaking adorable.
He has his little cheeks. I just want to feed him.
In case you're like, who are you talking about? He was in the little show called Moving, just saying. I love it when Music Core, we're going to talk about that in a second. What's Music Core? It is a music TV show that if you're into K-pop, you know that all of the groups go on there to promote, and then they have these little hosts. And the hosts are usually members of various K-pop groups. But once in a while, you get some actors and actresses in there. So what's happening is two of the current MCs, NCT's Jungwoo and Stray Kids' Lee No, they're going to be stepping down in November from being MCs. They've been MCs for 2 years, so they've been at it quite a while. And then there's a third MC. She started in April. She will continue to be an MC. She's in Mix's Seo Yoon, so she'll still be there. So then there's two new MCs, two new fella MCs coming in. And so it's The Boys' Young Hoon and Moving's Lee Jung-ha. So it'll be fun. I'm so excited for him. I think he's going to do such a good job.
I'm just sort of laughing because I recently saw a clip of him on the show The Unit, and he wasn't, like, very good, but none of the judges could criticize him because he just kept smiling so cutely at him that they were just, like, laughing, and they're like, why are you the most positive, cute little bean? Like, and he's like, I just want to try really hard. And they're all like, oh no. Like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, please don't make us have to say anything mean to you. He's so aggressively cute. Like, he activates my cuteness aggression like nothing else. Like, I'm just like, I just want to squeeze you. Like,
So, he also has something else going on. He's going to be starring in a new variety show. I'm just bringing all the variety stuff today. So as far as who else is in this variety show, just a little fella named Yoo Jae-suk.
Of course.
Just a little person.
Just a little guy. And little Cha Tae-hyun. You know, he
was on Moving with him, so that, like...
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so that'll be nice.
I'm just saying he's incredibly popular.
Yeah.
And Blackpink's Jennie.
Oh, you know, just unknown indie singer.
Yeah,
Jennie.
indie singer.
They really haven't they haven't really said much about this show yet. So far they're calling it Apartment 404. That's the working title. They're just saying it is a variety show set in an apartment set. Like, that's all they're saying. So no one knows.
Yeah. Maybe they have to be like roommates and can't leave the apartment. It'll be like a Big Brother type thing.
And they are seeking the article I was reading about it, they were like starting to look for, of course, they're going to have guest stars and stuff. So that will all be a thing. But yay for Lee Jung-ha. I think it'll be fun for him.
I think it'll be fun for us to see his adorable little eye smile and just pinchable cheeks. I just want to like do my little pincers. Just
That's all we're doing in the
we're
camera.
If you could see us, all we're doing is making little pinchies with our fingers, with our thumbs and forefingers, like. Alright, Jessie. Got it. You got anything else?
I got a good one. I like it. Like when you were in Thailand, I was like, oh yeah. It like reminded me, not because it's a Thailand thing, but like the TAT closeness of it. I went to Taiwan.
Okay.
Because I remembered a very big news story that happened a couple of weeks ago that we need to talk about. So there is this little actor. He was in this little drama called Someday or One Day. He's the lead of this.
Tiny.
Greg.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Greg. I don't know how to pronounce his last
HSU.
I don't know. Is it yeah?
I think it's Sue.
Is
like,
it SH? So it like SHU? It's so it like it's a shoe, or is it?
I thought it was HSU.
It's HSU.
Yeah, but if it's HSU, is it pronounced with an like HSH?
I don't know.
You know what?
You know who he is, okay? Like I don't
Greg.
Greg. It was announced that he was cast in a K-drama that is coming up, I think next year, probably. Yeah, it's October. It's next year. It looks like it's going to be a thriller of some sort. Because it's about a criminal and is released from prison. But the cast of it is so good. We have Lee Sun-kyun, who you may know from a bunch of different things like My Mister or Coffee Prince. You have Yoo Jae Young, who you know from every single thing. And also another person that we've talked about like numerous times tonight, Lee Kwang-soo.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks pretty great.
Yeah.
There's also Kim Moo-yeol is going to be on. Yum Jung-ah is going to be in it. The cast is just
wild.
Already starting to be a crazy and wild cast. And I it's definitely in the genre that I like, so it's definitely going to be something that I want to watch.
Yeah.
Same.
But like it's huge. You never hear of the Taiwanese like what's his face? Our boy, the Dimples. But I forget his name. Why do I forget his name? Because he was in the variety show with the other K-drama guy.
Jasper Liu.
Yeah. Like he was starting to try to get in to the Korean scene. Because he was even in like a Return of Superman episode or two.
Yeah.
But it's like fun to see these like people who like you're like into in another like world, and then you're like, hey,
it feels like fandoms colliding. Like, whoa, crossover.
Yeah, it does.
You're like, oh my god, you know him? Because I know him too. That's so crazy.
It's like
he's my bestie too.
It's like when you look at like the fashion week photos, and you see like Appo from Kin Porsche with Cha Eun-woo, and you're like, wait,
you're like,
what is this?
Oh, I was having a moment when it was like the Kin Porsche guys and him. I was like. I'm just having fun. I was like, well, what I was having a really good time knowing is the likelihood that that he watched Kin Porsche before he met these guys is very high.
Yeah, just to like
knowing him, like he researches people before he meets them. So like there's no way that he didn't watch Kin. So I was like, I'm enjoying this moment. This is happy.
There's no way that like a lot of like K-pop idols didn't watch Kin Porsche. Let's be real and honest with ourselves.
Like, listen, it wasn't just us degenerates. Like, a lot of us.
It wasn't
not
there's a lot of people watching Kin Porsche.
They're just like us.
Idols just like us. I've got another little one. This one's just kind of funny.
Okay.
we had another scandal, non-scandal.
You're bringing it all,
I'm
aren't
bringing
you?
it all. Joshua from 17 was accused. I say accused because they act like it's a bad thing of dating a woman who could be any of us. Like, literally everyone was named as a possible date for Joshua. You could be dating Joshua right now. I could be dating Joshua
One week
right now.
it was so crazy. They were like, it's this person, it's this person. Like,
everyone's dating Joshua. I was unaware. He had so much time. Like, listen, Joshua just belongs to all of us at this point. But everyone's been dating Joshua. Who knows? Like, listen.
Anytime a busy idol is rumored to be dating anybody, I'm like, not only good for them if they are, but like, if they have time, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
like wow.
Yeah, like, man, he has the energy with all like the comebacks and variety shows he's been doing to like be dating all of us. That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's absolutely
time management skills. Like,
that's
he must have been taking lessons from Kim Won-hee.
Yeah, yeah. He's just listen. Listen. I'm so glad that we all took co-ownership of Joshua's heart together.
We all decided we're gonna be.
We all decided that we are all Joshua's girlfriend.
Were the netizens upset with all the were they mad?
I feel like some of them were trying to be, but with the fact that literally everyone was getting accused and like all these women's agencies had to be
really
like,
wanted to be like upset, but they needed like a concrete name and they couldn't get it.
They couldn't get one. And what I love about it is that like Pledis never said shit. Like, they never even responded. He was just like, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You'll never hear, you'll have to pry it from my cold, dead lips, baby. Like, and I'm just like, you know what? Fair. Also, like, Hoshi still dating,
our power couple.
Our power couple, Lee Soo-hyuk. If you're unaware, there's been this long-running gag. It might not be a gag, because
who knows?
It gets more.
Who knows?
Listen, it gets more real with every Instagram post. That Hoshi and actor Lee Soo-hyuk are in a romantic relationship, because when I tell you these two go on dates constantly and share clothing,
they're either in a relationship or they're very twinsy best friend.
Yeah,
types.
Or like they're like real.
We're
good
doing
friends.
everything together.
Like we're going on dinner dates to the movies and like wearing couple outfits and matching shoes and like, you know what? Good for them. Good for them. But what I love about it is what I love about this is like no one's mad. Like when that is like the rumor that comes out, no one's mad. Everyone's having a good time. Mm-hmm. Or like recently, Jonghan from 17 and was very much risen up Hyungwon from Monsta X on their variety show. Like when I say like this man was flirting Hyungwon into like every inch, like Hyungwon was hanging on for dear life in those videos. Like every opportunity he had to like flirt with this man he took. No one's mad about that. But Joshua, rumors perhaps looked at a woman, give the woman the old one eye, like, oh, scandal. Who knows? Listen, maybe, the LGBTQ acceptance is moving a lot further in Korea than we thought. I kid. But yeah, so just know that you are now Joshua's lover. I don't know, dear listener. I don't know if you were aware.
I don't know if he told you.
But we've all been dating Joshua this
Your
time.
date is coming. You're scheduled. It's going to be in like 3 years. But
don't worry. He'll get around. He'll get around to you. Don't worry about it.
He's making sure he's hitting up every single one of us.
Everyone gets a 10-minute a 10-minute segment of his
10-minute video call.
Yeah, a 10-minute segment of his love before he moves on to his other. We're all in a very elaborate polycule with Joshua from 17.
You know what? I'm going to give you some military updates because
all right. Hit us with the military.
We should. This is going to be in no particular order whatsoever. So there you go. Actor Lee Do-hyun, he is enlisted. He did that back in August. We're trying to update you from last time we updated you. Actor Kim Min-jae, he enlisted in September. P.O. from Block B, he got discharged.
Welcome back, P.O. Welcome back.
Aces Byung-kwan, BK, he got discharged like yesterday.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Forestella's Ko Woo Rim, he is going to enlist November 20th in the Army Military Band.
That makes sense.
Dawn, he enlisted today, as of recording, as a public service worker. BTS's Suga, he enlisted back in September. Astro's MJ is going to be out of the military in less than a month. That is very important to me personally.
Welcome back soon, sir.
And Very Very's Donghyun, he enlisted in August as well. I'm sure we missed some. We're not getting all of them. That is the people.
I think all of ONF is finally out. Every single member of ONF.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Together,
And One Pill comes out in
soon,
November. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Finally, we'll have not day 6.
Day 5.
Day 5. But it's fine. Day 4.
Day 4.
See, their number was fine. It was already the wrong number anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Day.
It's a number of days. It was a number of days. All right.
Yes.
Sure. That's why it was
We're
originally 6 members now.
not gonna. See, that's self-fulfilling prophecy with these number names. That's what I keep saying. Well, anyway, on that enlistment return note, this has been the Newsnas. We'll be back in a couple months with more not breaking news for your consumption. And we'll be back next week with a very special episode, because next week's episode is our 5-year anniversary.
Woo!
That's
I
right.
can't believe it's already 5. Wow.
We've been here forever. So thank you for listening, and please tune in next week for the 5-year anniversary. It's gonna be a fun episode. We're gonna be silly.
Great.
We're gonna be silly up in here. Anyway, you can
We've been
listen
so
to
serious today.
We're so serious all the time.
You're
we're gonna
serious
be even.
newscasters.
We're serious news organization.
We spent years training for this.
We went to journalism school so we could tell you that it's okay to see some titties. Tagline of this episode: it's okay to see some titties.
Noona approved.
Noona approved.
I'm glad that my communication major was put to good use.
Anyway, thank you for listening to us. You can listen to us wherever podcasts can be found. All of our episodes are on YouTube, and you can also go to our website, certifiednoonas.com, to see all the time codes and links to things that we talk about. If you want to support this podcast, you can go to patreon.com/certifiednoonas to join the Found Family. They're a Found Family on the web, and they get special extra episodes and things, including one that's coming out the same day this comes out. A little special episode for just the Found Family, a little mini-sode. And we do fun stuff. We have a movie night. It's all good times. Anyway, thank you for listening. And, if you're not up on the news, you know what else is breaking news all the time? COVID numbers. So please, wear a mask, wash your hands, and keep enjoying Asian entertainment. Good night.
Bye.